Chapter 65. I am inquired of by those who didn't ask. I am found by those who didn't seek me. I said, see me, to a nation that was not called by my name. I have spread out my hands all day to a rebellious people, who walk in a way that is not good, after their own thoughts, a people who provoke me to my face continually, sacrificing in gardens, and burning incense on bricks, who sit among the graves, and spend nights in secret places, who eat pig's meat, and broth of abominable things is in their vessels, who say, stay by yourself, don't come near to me, for I am holier than you. These are smoke in my nose, a fire that burns all day. Behold, it is written before me, I will not keep silence, but will repay. Yes, I will repay into their bosom your own iniquities and the iniquities of your fathers together, says Yahweh, who have burned incense on the mountains, and blasphemed me on the hills. Therefore I will first measure their work into their bosom. Yahweh says, as the new wine is found in the cluster, and one says, don't destroy it, for a blessing is in it, so I will do for my servant's sake, that I may not destroy them all. I will bring offspring out of Jacob, and out of Judah an inheritor of my mountains. My chosen will inherit it, and my servants will dwell there. Sharon will be a fold of flocks, and the valley of Achor a place for herds to lie down in. For my people who have sought me, that you who forsake Yahweh, who forget my holy mountain, who prepare a table for fortune, and who fill up mixed wine to destiny, I will destine you to the sword, and you will all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, you didn't answer. When I spoke, you didn't listen, but you did that which was evil in my eyes, and chose that in which I didn't delight. Therefore the Lord Yahweh says, behold, my servants will eat, that you will be hungry. Behold, my servants will drink, that you will be thirsty. Behold, my servants will rejoice, that you will be disappointed. Behold, my servants will sing for joy of heart, that you will cry for sorrow of heart, and will wail for anguish of spirit. You will leave your name for a curse to my chosen, and the Lord Yahweh will kill you. He will call his servants by another name, so that he who blesses himself in the earth will bless himself in the God of truth, and he who swears in the earth will swear by the God of truth. Because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hidden from my eyes. For, behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former things will not be remembered, nor come into mind. I be glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For, behold, I create Jerusalem to be a delight, and her people a joy. I will rejoice in Jerusalem, and delight in my people, and the voice of weeping and the voice of crying will be heard in her no more. No more will there be an infant who only lives a few days, nor an old man who has not filled his days, for the child will die 100 years old. And the sinner being 100 years old will be accursed. He will build houses and inhabit them. They will plant vineyards and eat their fruit. He will not build and another inhabit. He will not plant and another eat, for the days of my people will be like the days of a tree, and my chosen will long enjoy the work of their hands. They will not labor in vain nor give birth for calamity, for they are the offspring of Yahweh's blessed, and their descendants with them. It will happen that before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear. The wolf and the lamb will feed together. The lion will eat straw like the ox. Dust will be the serpent's food. He will not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, says Yahweh. Isaiah chapter 66. Yahweh says, heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. What kind of house will you build to me? Where will I rest? For my hand has made all these things, and so all these things came to be, says Yahweh, that I will look to this man, even to he who is poor and of a contrite spirit, and who trembles at my word. He who kills an ox is as he who kills a man, he who sacrifices a lamb as he who breaks a dog's neck, he who offers an offering as he who offers pig's blood, he who burns frankincense as he who blesses an idol. Yes, they have chosen their own ways, and their soul delights in their abominations. I also will choose their delusions, and will bring their fears on them, because when I called, no one answered. When I spoke, they didn't listen, but they did that which was evil in my eyes, and chose that in which I didn't delight. Hear Yahweh's word, you who tremble at his word. Your brothers who hate you, who cast you out for my name's sake, have said, let Yahweh be glorified, that we may see your joy. But it is those who shall be disappointed. A voice of tumult from the city, a voice from the temple, a voice of Yahweh that repays his enemies what they deserve. Before she travailed, she gave birth. Before her pain came, she delivered a son. Who has heard of such a thing? Who has seen such things? Shall a land be born in one day? Shall a nation be born at once? For as soon as Zion travailed, she gave birth to her children. Shall I bring to the birth, and not cause to be delivered? Says Yahweh. Shall I who caused to give birth shut the womb? Says your God. Rejoice with Jerusalem, and be glad for her, all you who love her. Rejoice for joy with her, all you who mourn over her. That you may nurse and be satisfied at the comforting breasts, that you may drink deeply, and be delighted with the abundance of her glory. For Yahweh says, behold, I will extend peace to her like a river, and the glory of the nations like an overflowing stream, and you will nurse. You will be carried on her side, and will be dandled on her knees, as one whom his mother comforts, so I will comfort you. You will be comforted in Jerusalem. You will see it, and your heart shall rejoice, and your bones will flourish like the tender grass. Yahweh's hand will be known among his servants, and he will have indignation against his enemies. For, behold, Yahweh will come with fire, and his chariots will be like the whirlwind, to render his anger with fierceness, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For Yahweh will execute judgment by fire and by his sword on all flesh, and those slain by Yahweh will be many. Those who sanctify themselves and purify themselves to go to the gardens, following one in the middle, eating pig's meat, abominable things, and the mouse, they shall come to an end together, says Yahweh. For I know their works and their thoughts. The time comes that I will gather all nations and languages, and they will come, and will see my glory. I will set a sign among them, and I will send those who escape of them to the nations, to Tarshish, Pul, and Lud, who draw the bow, to Tubal and Javan, to faraway islands, who have not heard my fame, nor have seen my glory, and they shall declare my glory among the nations. They shall bring all your brothers out of all the nations for an offering to Yahweh, on horses, and chariots, and litters, on mules, and on camels, to my holy mountain Jerusalem, says Yahweh, as the children of Israel bring their offering in a clean vessel into Yahweh's house. Of them I will also select priests and Levites, says Yahweh. For as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, says Yahweh, so your offspring and your name shall remain. It shall happen that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, all flesh will come to worship before me, says Yahweh. They will go out and look at the dead bodies of the men who have transgressed against me, for their worm will not die, nor will their fire be quenched, and they will be loathsome to all mankind. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 1. The words of Jeremiah the son of Hilkiah, one of the priests who were in Anathoth in the land of Benjamin. Yahweh's word came to him in the days of Josiah the son of Ammon, king of Judah, in the 13th year of his reign. It came also in the days of Jehoiakim the son of Josiah, king of Judah, to the end of the 11th year of Zedekiah, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, to the carrying away of Jerusalem captive in the 5th month. Now Yahweh's word came to me, saying, Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I sanctified you. I have appointed you a prophet to the nations. Then I said, Lord Yahweh, behold, I don't know how to speak, for I am a child. But Yahweh said to me, Don't say, I am a child, for you must go to whomever I send you, and you must say whatever I command you. Don't be afraid because of them, for I am with you to rescue you, says Yahweh. Then Yahweh stretched out his hand and touched my mouth. Then Yahweh said to me, Behold, I have put my words in your mouth. Behold, I have today set you over the nations and over the kingdoms, to uproot and to tear down, to destroy and to overthrow, to build and to plant. Moreover, Yahweh's word came to me, saying, Jeremiah, what do you see? I said, I see a branch of an almond tree. Then Yahweh said to me, You have seen well, for I watch over my word to perform it. Yahweh's word came to me the second time, saying, What do you see? I said, I see a boiling cauldron, and it is tipping away from the north. Then Yahweh said to me, Out of the north evil will break out on all the inhabitants of the land. For behold, I will call all the families of the kingdoms of the north, says Yahweh. They will come, and they will each set his throne at the entrance of the gates of Jerusalem, and against all its walls all around, and against all the cities of Judah. I will utter my judgments against them concerning all their wickedness, and that they have forsaken me, and have burned incense to other gods, and worshipped the works of their own hands. You therefore put your belt on your waist, arise, and say to them all that I command you. Don't be dismayed at them, lest I dismay you before them. For behold, I have made you today a fortified city, an iron pillar, and bronze walls against the whole land, against the kings of Judah, against its princes, against its priests, and against the people of the land. They will fight against you, but they will not prevail against you, for I am with you, says Yahweh, to rescue you.